Hey everyone, let's go ahead and start our official clock and dive into the specifics of this case. I am the facilitator, Ariel. Before we do jump into it, let me introduce our team. First, we have Daniel Rutherford, the attorney who is representing Bob Jenkins. We have Marilyn Johnson, the attorney who's representing Carol Jenkins, and the neutral financial professional, Jennifer Gutierrez, the CPA. What are all your experiences with the collaborative divorce process?
So I'll go first. My name is Daniel Rutherford. I got my law degree at the University of Miami, and I've been working in the collaborative divorce area for the past 15 years. I enjoy working collaborative because I enjoy the aspect of working together with multiple people in the room, different professionals. And I mean, it's been my experience for 15 years and I enjoy it, and I continue to enjoy it.
Great. How about you, Marilyn?
So I'm Marilyn Johnson. It's great to see all of you, some new faces, some old. So I got my law degree at UF, go Gators, and I was working in litigation for about a decade. The adrenaline that I originally got from adversarial showdowns waned over time, and I found myself really feeling heavy and not loving the ultimate solutions that the law was providing in that way. So I pivoted over to collaborative. I've been in this arena for about 5 years, really enjoying it. And I find myself very fulfilled by the ways in which we can restructure families in a way that really works for them and that the clients are bought into from start to finish.
Okay. Jennifer?
Hi, everyone. My name is Jennifer Gutierrez. I am the CPA on this case. I studied at Florida International University. I've been a CPA for quite some time. However, I just stepped into the collaborative arena a little bit over a year ago. So far, I'm really enjoying the process. I have enjoyed meeting new people, and I really just think this is a much better way to handle disputes within the family system.
Well, I'm glad we're working together. So welcome, team. I do want to mention it is important to know if you have previously worked together in the past or have a dual relationship. In case the clients do see you out together, nothing will be a surprise, and to know if cases worked together in the past. So I personally have not had the pleasure of working with any of you prior to this case, but have any of you worked together or do have a dual relationship?
Yes, Ariel. Marilyn and I are friends outside of this process.
Okay,
Yes.
awesome. Okay. Well, thank you for disclosing. So now I just want to brief you on our couple, Bob and Carol. So they have been married for 10 years. They do share two children, Sarah, who is 9, and Sam, their son, who is 7. A little bit about Bob. He is distressed because he truly believed he would be married to Carol for the rest of his life. He feels betrayed and as if he married a total stranger. He made the first move about marital dissolution. He feels that his mother-in-law is turning the kids against him, but he is the breadwinner, and he thinks that he should be able to choose whether to sell or keep their family home. And then we have Carol. She has found a community and a purpose. She did not work before, and now she's doing yoga. So she goes to her yoga studio, and Bob claims she's becoming Buddhist and a vegetarian. He also believes she's developing a relationship with a woman from her studio. Allegedly, this is not confirmed. Financially dependent on Bob due to the nature of their marital arrangement to be increasingly challenging. She does feel angry and resentful and afraid. Her and Bob are having trouble communicating. So their primary issues, they have long-standing marital discord. They also exhibit in front of children, lack of intimacy, issues with extended family, like I mentioned, the mother-in-law, and supposed infidelity issues. Some big things that I want to mention. Bob is very angry. Carol is hurt as well, but she shows it differently. I've noticed the power imbalance between them. Bob is a bigger presence and more easily controls the room, while Carol is more submissive. So we should try to make sure Carol is being heard, and being mindful to the level of this imbalance throughout the interests and insight negotiations. I do also want to mention that my view, that is the hot topics, will include diet, schooling, religion, introducing new potential partner, and then also who will be keeping their family home. But ultimately, they are devoted to and bound by a commitment to protecting their kids. So that is a little bit about them.
Ariel, can I interrupt you for a second? Could you tell us a little bit more about these hot topics? Like, what exactly are they upset? I mean, I've spent time with Carol, so I have a sense of where she's coming from, but maybe just so we all know.
Right, of course. So thank you for asking that. Well, Carol, as I'm sure you know, she wants to become vegetarian. She is a vegetarian, but she wants her children to become vegetarian. Bob does not want that. Then for schooling, Carol wants her children to be homeschooled. Bob wants the children to go to public school. The religion, I mentioned, Carol wants to be Buddhist, while Bob wants to continue to educate his children on their religion, which is Christianity. And introducing the potential new partner, one, like I said, there's Bob's allegedly saying that Carol found a new partner, which is a female. So that is a little not parallel with each other. And then regarding who's keeping the house, Bob wants to decide who keeps the house because he is the one paying for it. So that is going to be talked about a lot. So that is a little bit about the hot topics there.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, it sounds like they're pretty diametrically opposed.
Yes.
Across multiple fronts. So we're gonna really have to support them, team.
Well, and then I also recommend bringing in a child specialist. And the reasons are because, like I mentioned, they have two children, Sarah and Sam. And they are at the age where they need to feel someone is on their side and they're already displaying some symptoms. So for example, Sarah, she's unable to sleep, she's dropping her grades, she's nail biting, she's pulling out her hair, her eyelashes, and she's socially withdrawn. And then some examples of Sam, he's acting out, he's fighting with his friends, he's behind in schoolwork, he's non-compliant and disrespectful, both at school and at home. And he's only interested currently in video games. So I do have a few referrals ready for Bob and Carol if they do confirm willingness to add the child specialist to our team.
Who are you thinking of? I'm curious to know.
Yeah, Kelly Stein. I don't know if any of you guys know her.
Love Kelly. Kelly actually worked on a case that Jenny and I collaborated on. What, Jenny, like 6 months ago?
Yeah, I believe so. It's quite recent.
So you have our support without a doubt. Daniel, do you have any experience with Kelly?
I have not, but I'm happy to meet her.
She's great. I'm glad that both of you know her because she's a phenomenal child specialist and will be great on our team. So thank you. So then I do want to get into like the law aspects. So I'm sure all of you must know, but if the clients decide to switch to litigation, we do not have to give them our notes. There is a collaborative divorce statute, which you're aware of, that protects you from a court-ordered subpoena. But I would be happy if Marilyn or Daniel or both can speak a little bit more on the law process since you both are representing the law.
Ariel, I think you're ready to be a lawyer. You nailed it. Yeah, more or less, so two things. That withdrawal provision is going to protect our work product from moving into a litigation space. That work product would resolve if one of our clients ultimately decided to take this case to court, which of course we hope they will not. And that also goes for any representing council or any members of this team. We have gone over this. Daniel and I met with Bob and Carol to get those participation agreement documents signed. We will be going over this again in the full team meeting just to make sure everyone's on the same page. We'll also be circulating that participation agreement through the rest of this team to be signed by EOD, just to make sure, you know, that that's done before we're too deep into the process. I know Zoom has made things a little different. We all used to be together and it was easier to sign things. And I would say, you know, at least at Schultz and Stein, where I work, two attorneys from the same firm cannot be on the collaborative divorce team if you know, I were to get fired from the case. And actually no one from our firm at all can represent further. Daniel, is it similar? I know this is kind of like a widespread policy now.
Yeah, like at my firm, Newsbit and Johnson, same thing, just can't work in the same area. Collaborative, like you can't work in the same firm if it's the same case, right? What Marilyn was saying.
Okay, I'm glad that you told me about that. I wasn't aware of everything, so thank you. My next question was going to be if you already got the client's signature for the participation agreement. And Marilyn, you said you both got that, correct?
Yes,
That's
we do
right.
have the signatures.
Okay, awesome, perfect. So I do want to ask if there are any concerns regarding the team dynamics, experience levels, or any personalities.
I mean,
No.
I know I can say I'm a litigator at heart, even though I've been in this space for about 5 years. I know sometimes that I can get a little gruff or a little businesslike. So I look forward in our debrief for you to let me know if that happens, or Ariel, of course, if you need to ever call a timeout. But I have, like I said, at least really become accustomed to this, and I know what our end goal is. But sometimes that lawyer training sneaks out. So that would be what I would say about me. And I don't know if Jenny can attest to that. She's seen me work before. Otherwise, I feel like that's all I
Totally.
need.
Okay. Jennifer and Daniel, do you have anything to add, or are you clear and fine?
I think I'm gonna be okay. I mean, being a CPA at heart, you know, numbers are my world. So I feel like sometimes I may not have that emotional component as the, you know, the underlining. So feel free to address me in those moments. However, as I've mentioned, I've been in the collaborative process for a little bit over a year now, and things are subtly moving, and this is still a learning process for me.
Right, this is a collaborative space, so I totally understand that. And how about you, Daniel? Do you have any concerns?
Otherwise, no, I know I've been working in this area a little longer, the past 15 years in the collaborative realm. I feel like I'll be fine. Biases are in check. I don't think I'll have any problems.
Okay, awesome. I do want to mention that our biases, they do need to take a step back. We're just educating the clients. It's their lives, their decisions. So we're just here as a guide, someone they can ask questions to. And then I do want to go into professional fees. So the fees are standard for each professional. The payment terms are covered in the individual engagement agreements being signed by each professional with the couple. Each member of the team must keep each other in the loop in case of delinquencies, which will delay the process. We all agree on that, correct? You can just nod if you'd like. Okay, awesome. So does anyone have any other thoughts, questions? Because I am ready to wrap this meeting up. No? Okay, so great. So we will be back in 5 minutes.